Hello guys, this is the update for the build. This is my sorcerer crossbow build. We're still using the disciple of varashta. A lot of you asked me if it wouldn't be better to play a blood mage or a stormweaver. However, I feel with my current setup and with the exact same build, it wouldn't be possible to play a blood mage efficiently. I leveled a blood mage to try, and it felt very inconsistent because of the life cost. The blood mage has a very high life cost, and of course you can drop pinpoint critical. However, you still have to use efficiency, so it's not. I'm not saying you could not play blood mage as a frostbolt. There's a lot of builds with a blood mage with frostbolt. However, it doesn't feel very efficient with my current setup. Could be trying another build. However, I think this build is very tanky. This is what this ascendancy does. It is very tanky because of the reductions. You can just go melee on the monsters and you just kill everything. We are basically mortal. A lot of you told me that you feel squishy. If you are feeling your build is squishy, you are definitely missing something, because this is not a squishy build. This is a very tanky build. We regenerate shield immediately. We leech our energy shield immediately, and we are very hard to kill. And I'm gonna be showing you what changes I have done. As you can see, what I've been trying to make min-max is not damage, but speed. As you can see, we added blink to our build, so now we blink, so now faster. It has a low cooldown. There's a tech to get even faster blinks. However, that's very pricey. I will probably add it at some point and I will update it, but I think with this cooldown is pretty enough. I changed the amulet. As you can see, I added spirit on the amulet so we can use blink. And as well, we allocated fast metabolism. What this does is let us leech energy shield immediately. There is an issue, that is that when you reach full life, your leech stops, so you don't regenerate energy shield efficiently with the solitaire. However, if you allocate fast metabolism, you will just leech everything and you will immediately heal with your energy shield. As you can see as well, I put this against darkness diamond, which gives me spirit. This is basically just as well to use blink. And as well, I added this Heart of the Well diamond. What this is doing is 14% of our leech is instant. We don't need the zero security, and we can fit this. We are capped on resistances. We could be capping chaos as well. Right now I'm using cooldown recovery here to blink faster. However, you could use a soul core as well to get chaos resistance. If I had another socket here, I could as well fit another chaos resistance soul core, and I would be having basically almost cap chaos resistance. However, at this point I feel very tanky. I don't really need it. I will probably upgrade it, and this is my current setup. As you can see, we made some changes with the rotations and everything. What I basically did is removing frost darts. I'm gonna be explaining why. And we usually just use frostbolt and frostwall kill the boss. We can use as well elemental weakness and frostbomb to lower the boss resistances. And this is because we are no longer using Rakiata's flow on our comet. We are using it in our frostbolt to deal more damage to trash, and we don't need any more the Rakiatas on the boss with the comet, because we lowered its resistances with these two skills. And we are using now Living Bomb. Living Bomb does is generates infusions, and as well I'm using Spell Cascade to create more comets. we have less damage in our comet. However, more comets spawn and more energy we generate. As you can see, we deal less damage with the comet, but we are using the fire infused version instead, which is a very higher damage. And this generates infusions immediately. You are always on infusions on the boss fight. As you can see, I'm not using energy retention anymore. I'm using critical, living bomb, and spell cascade with the boundless energy. That's because we took off the energy retention and we have it here now. It's basically the same. You can see the trees are still the same. The jewels are still the same, no weird jewels. Just need section to serve the well. And this against the Darmus. If you manage to get a 51 spirit amulet, you could drop this one as well and you could have more energy shield. However, it's very pricey, it's very expensive. So this is the one that I have now. And that's basically it, guys. As you can see, I'm using Raketas in Frostbolt, but you don't really need it. We deal less damage, as you can see, because we drop some things. However, we deal more damage because of the Raketas. You could drop Raketas if you don't have it. If you can't afford it, you can drop it and use Cold Mastery or whatever. But this is a very nice boost damage. And I'm gonna say, guys, this is no longer a budget version. This is around 150 divines that I've spent in this build. I'm very happy with it. It feels amazing. Very tanky. Glitter is amazing. Playstyle is very fun. And that's basically it, guys. A lot of people as well told me that you were having problems in your damage with the Frostbolt, that you wouldn't achieve a high damage on Frostbolt. That's basically because of your staff. You need a good staff. You want the fire, extra fire for the comet, and the extra damage, the extra gain of lightning as well to shock the enemies. I don't want to be using any weird skills to shock the enemy. I'm just using here the gain, so less buttons, the better it feels, the smoother. And this desecration, it's secured. I secured it, and it could be anything else, to be honest. It could be cold damage, it could be increased spell damage, it could be gain of cold damage, it could be anything. However, these other 5 stats are necessary, and for the rest of the build it's pretty much the same. I'm not losing any more life or energy shield with the Soul Tether because I bought a better one. It's around 14 divine, sorry. And this one, you can find the cheaper version, but you don't want to be losing energy shield or life, so it will feel smoother. And that's basically it, guys. The rotation is easier now. We just use Sigil of Power for the boss, curse it, we frostbomb it, and we just spam our Frostbolt and our Frostbolts, and the boss will fall down immediately, as you can see, with the crazy amount of damage. And as well, we are very tanky. If you guys struggle with finding a good stuff, it doesn't have to be 6 level or 7 levels to call spell skills or all spell skills. You can find out one with 5, but what you definitely want to be having is high crit chance, cast speed, and the gains as well. It could be a level 5 level of all spell skills here, and it will be fine, guys. You won't lose. I don't know what you will lose. And if I had one with 5 levels instead of 6, for example, I would be losing around 7 to 8k DPS, which is not that bad, but the other stats are more necessary. And that's pretty much it. If you have problems with life or with shield, if you feel you're squishy or anything, just let me know in the comments. You shouldn't be squishy at all. This guy is very tanky, guys. You definitely should not be squishy. You definitely should be dealing damage. I had a very bad staff when I started, and I had around 40k DPS on Frostbolt, and it felt enough to clear T50. So just find a good stuff, just similar to this one, and just cap your resistances. That's pretty much it, guys. If you have any problems with the build, any issues, you're not getting damaged, you're getting killed, just let me know in the comments and I can check it out to help you out. And remember, this is not a cheap build anymore. If you want to go to a cheaper version, just follow the previous video. And of course, this setup is better than the previous one. Remember, you don't need raquetas. Use this setup. Remove raquetas if you don't have it, and it will feel better. Well, thank you guys. I hope you like it. Any questions, let me know in the comments.